મળી છે, ત્યાંથી ટીવી ઉપર જોવાની. So Gunatitanand Swami says that there are groups and groupism. There are fences and there are borders. And we try to remain within the borders, or we try to remain in the cage. The bird is put into the cage, and that bird is now enjoying the cage. When we were young, there was one poem, in our school. Sonana Pinjarnu Pankhi. There was a bird, a parrot in the golden cage, in some rich person's home, So, was enjoying nice food and nice amenities, So one day a wild bird came from the jungle, a parrot, and sits outside of the cage. And they have a discussion, So this wild bird is telling that why are you in this cage? Come enjoy outside, You will find all varieties of fruits on all varieties of items, and fresh, and your choice, So the bird in the cage says, but I get the best. I get, nice chili and nice mithi ambli and khati ambli and safarjan, apple and pear and all that. I get nice fruits, So the bird, the wild bird says, yes, you get it. But that is by your master's choice, not by your choice. When you are outside, then you have freedom. You have your own choice. So that was the poem, was written. Really, the meaning of that poem was that India was under the British control, And it was like a bird in the cage, And these poets were writing these poems, giving this message that we should become independent, We should get rid of this British control and even the Muslim controls, and others, You should have a freedom, So that was the message, So it was a nice poem, nahi? Sona na pinjarnu pankhi. Anybody remembers that song, that poem? Pajaranu pankhi bolyu sona na pinjarne ji. I remember, only one or two lines, But anyhow, that was many years ago, That is another one. એ મીરાબાઈનું છે ને? I think it's Mirabai. Narsi Mehtaનું Mirabai. So that thing is for, even though we are aged and old, we don't want to die, That is why I say, Pankhidane pinjuru re valu valu lage. Well, anyhow, Gunatitanand Swami says that when we joined with Swaminarayan Bhagavan and his Gunatit saints, it was not known on this earth before. This was a whole new welcome of Swaminarayan Bhagavan from Akshardham and bringing Gunatitanand Swami and all these saints. Never had before happened in the history of this earth. So those who were belonging to certain cults, certain groups, they would be very difficult to break and to join with the satsang. It's a human nature. Many years ago, in my office somebody said, it is called the RTC factor. RTC factor. I said, what is RTC factor? He says, resistance to change. We are all creature of habits. We don't like to change. Even though our habits are not good, even though we get in trouble, ask America, right? She says that, I am in trouble at job. And I said, no. You have God with you, right? So for how many years we have been? 3 years? No, it's more. One time I was in Houston, Texas. And at that time I got your call. And that was like 2010, maybe 2009. When did you join our satsang? 2010, right? About 2010. 2009 maybe, yeah. Right. So you and Melanie and then Emily and Anwaji and then Nina and Alokji. Alokji recommended, right? Because of Alokji you came. And you were with right. And I think Alokji was visiting that another group. Waukegan, right. But you were with another group, that lady from South India, Amma. From that group, I guess? Yeah. Anwaji also from that group, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying, that it is very difficult to break our old style, our old habit, But there is another side, of the human nature, that once we find something new and better, then we will take the risk also. Especially when we are young, we will be willing to take the risks, And we will explore the new horizons. And we will benefit from that, or we will learn from that, It's both ways, So, when Swaminarayan Bhagavan came, he came with extraordinary powers, And the common mass will not accept someone without some miracles and powers, That's a pity, but it happens, So, Swaminarayan Bhagavan started the chapter of Samadhi, the deep trance, people will fall down and go into Akshardham and any other abode and come back and then say, I saw this and that, So that Samadhi chapter was very famous, in the beginning of the satsang. And then the other things change, and then satsangis became more mature, and they realize, that real understanding is to have harmony with each other and oneness with each other, and then even harmony with the newcomers, And those were the advanced stages, which are very difficult to practice, but that is how the maturity of satsang grows, So this is in the beginning that Gunatitanand Swami is saying that those who came in Swaminarayan satsang, they broke the barriers, They broke their beliefs. They broke their own cult. And they realized that Swaminarayan Bhagavan and this satsang is something different, something more powerful. something unique, So, મતપંથ રૂપી વાડા તોડીને આવ્યા છે એ બધા બેઠેલા જુનાગઢમાં. Those who were sitting in Junagadh in front of Gunatityanand Swami, Swami saying, તમે બધા મતપંથ રૂપી વાડા તોડીને આવ્યા છો. On that he gave a story of Tulsi Bhai. And he was a Kasiya Bhai. It is a kind of a caste within the Patels, So, this Tulsi Bhai gave up his own satsang, his own group, and came in the Swaminarayan satsang. Not only that, but he kept it with all these challenges. People from his town excommunicated Tulsi Bhai, and still he did not give up Swaminarayan satsang. Can you imagine how in the beginning that kind of acceptance could be, People would all be against, one versus the whole town, And still he would say, no, I'm not going to give up, They are maybe from Akshardham, who knows, But Tulsidas was one of that, Then Gunatityanand Swami says another discussion, that there was one another Patel who had a vow that whoever comes as a guest to his home, he would feed the food, but he would ask that person to talk 4 times Swaminarayan. Before they start eating the food, they would say, Bolo, Swaminarayan. And the other person would say, Swaminarayan. Swaminarayan, and again Swaminarayan. Swaminarayan, again Swaminarayan. Swaminarayan, again Swaminarayan. Swaminarayan, again Swaminarayan. 4 or 5 times, he would recite other person to say Swaminarayan, and then let him start eating the food, We have some people, even today, they would say, before they eat, they would ask somebody else to join with them and say Swaminarayan one time, And then they would eat, Right. Ilaben is doing. Right. Right. Swaminarayan. Yeah. So this Patel had a vow to have somebody say 4 times Swaminarayan, then give the food from his home. His goal was that eventually he has done his job of reciting 4 times Swaminarayan, and now Swaminarayan Bhagavan will take care and grow that person to this in the satsang more, So there were other jealous people that they found out that that person does not eat without somebody repeating 4 times Swaminarayan. So someone took the challenge and say, I will not say Swaminarayan, and I will make him hungry, and I will make him eat without saying Swaminarayan. So he became a guest. He came to his home. So તેને ઘેર હર કોઈ મહેમાન આવે તેને 4 વખત સ્વામિનારાયણ એમ નામ લેવડાવીને ખાવા આપે. So he would recite 4 times Swaminarayan name, and then he would give the food. તેને ઘેર આ કશ્યો ભાઈ મહેમાન થયો from the town of Tulsibai. There was a person who went to another town where this devotee was a guest. એટલે તે પાટીદાર મુજાણા. So that devotee who would have the vow to do it 4 times Swaminarayan, Swaminarayan, he got in trouble, he thought. That this person is against Swaminarayan, and he knows him. He is total Virodhi. And now he has come as a guest and he cannot say no to the guest, So he has come. But now his vow will be broken because this man is not going to repeat 4 times Swaminarayan. એટલે તે પાટીદાર મૂંઝાણા જે આ મહાકુસંગી છે અને ઘેર આવ્યો તે ખવડાવવું તો પડશે અને મારું નિયમ જશે. This is the very bad guy who has come at my home as a guest and he is not believing in Swaminarayan and I will have to feed him. That is my duty. But I have to let him recite 4 times Swaminarayan and he is not going to do that. So my vow will break. પછી તો કહે કશિયા ભાઈ મારું સ્વામિનારાયણનું બહુ ચાલ્યું. So he played the trick now. So that person who came as the guest, he is telling him that, કશિયા ભાઈ, this Swaminarayan, satsang is really growing, ત્યારે કશ્યપભાઈ કે હા સ્વામિનારાયણનું તો ચાલ્યું. So that person who was not supposed to say, he said that, that Swaminarayan's is growing. So one time, because he said, and not consciously knowing, or his consciousness was taken away by Swaminarayan Bhagavan. So that's one. વળી ભાણે બેઠા. Then now they're sitting on the dish, on the table for eating the food. ભાણે બેઠા ત્યારે વાત કરી કે સ્વામિનારાયણ બહુ પ્રતાપી. સ્વામિનારાયણ is very powerful. So that કશ્યપભાઈ કે હા સ્વામિનારાયણ પ્રતાપી ખરા. He is powerful. કારણ કે એની નજર પેલા ખાવામાં હોય, બધી આઈટમો હોય એટલે out of focus. કહે છે કે સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાન is very powerful. That's number, count number 2. વળી કહે સ્વામિનારાયણમાં નિષ્કામ ધર્મ ખરો. આ બધા ચેપ્ટરમાંથી આ ચેપ્ટર ઉપાડ્યું એણે. He says that among all other beliefs, Swaminarayan belief has the no lust vow, vow of no lust, lust-free behavior is very special and unique. The devotees of Swaminarayan are lust-free, ત્યારે તે કહે સ્વામિનારાયણવાળા નિષ્કામી ધર્મવાળા તો ખરા. So he has seen that all the sadhus, they don't look at even women. They don't talk to women. They don't communicate. They don't have affairs, So they say, સ્વામિનારાયણવાળા નિષ્કામી ધર્મવાળા ખરા. મધ્યનું 33 પાકું કરીને લાવે લાગે છે. Those count number 3. And now number 4. વળી કહ્યું કે સ્વામિનારાયણના સાધુ જેવા દ્રવ્ય અને સ્ત્રીના ત્યાગી એવા બીજા કોઈ નહીં. The saints of Swaminarayan, they are renounced sadhus of not only women, but the wealth, the money also. They don't touch money also, Those are the 2 basic attachment everybody has. This Kusangi would also have that, So how can he say he is better than them, So, that's Swaminarayan. So he says, yes, the saints of Swaminarayan are unparalleled to anybody else. So he counted how many times? 4 times. એમ નિયમ રાખ્યો. And then they had 8. Then he went to his town and he says that, what happened? He says, I don't know, but he ate and I ate. Yeah, but he has a niyam that he would not eat without 4 times. I may have said, I remember saying, but I forgot and I said. So that is the power of Swaminarayan. So knowingly or unknowingly, we are finding the real truth. we are finding the real satsang, Few days ago we were talking with somebody, here or, yeah, maybe here, Last, maybe Friday Sabha, after Sabha, So somebody was saying that there are all these different religions, There are so many religions, And why the Swaminarayan religion is the best and topmost, Why do we say Swaminarayan religion is the topmost, Because everybody would say their religion is best, right? Topmost, right? Oh, that was, I think Smruti was saying. हमारी स्मृति कहीं कहती थी. Now I remember. हमारा इंदिरा बेन्नी. So then I told her, that I told her that which one is the best powerful company in whole world today? Do you know? Which is the most financially? બધા કેતન ભાઈ Okay, you go back and look into the stock value, the market value of that company. That is how they say that is the most financially, powerful company, So now, I could do that. I could go into the website of finance website and tell you how much is Google, how much is Amazon, how much SSBC, HFs, that I cannot even spell, HFDC? Right, I know, but HF, HSBC. Okay. It would be billion, not trillion. Yeah. Billion. Right. But the correct answer is Apple. Apple is the number one corporation in the whole world today. Now maybe, let me finish my duty. Let me tell you how much is the worth of Apple, right? Okay, the market value, according to Google, is 665 billion. 665 billion. Now, what was that? HSBC, right? Okay, market value. Google was how much? Apple was 665. HSBC is 159. 25% off. What was the another one? Google? GOO. So today we are going to bid Apple way, huh? The Apple bid is going to be coming. Google. Okay. Google is 527 billion. Apple is 665 billion. Anybody else? તમારા જીતુભાઈનું કંઈક નામ બીજું હતું કંઈક? Amazon. Let's see Amazon. AMZN. Amazon 313 billion, half of Apple. You okay? Now you know. But anyhow, I was telling her, that today Apple is number one. But there are all other companies other than Apple are also in business. Right? They are also in business. So same way, Swaminarayan Bhagwan is at the top, and the other businesses, other religions are on the lower, less underneath that religion also, From which value? From the spiritual value. From the magnanimity value, and which is explained in Vachnamrut or Swami Vato, No other scripture has that kind of magnanimity, spirituality, At least Kakaji has said that, and we are following what Kakaji has said. So, going back, I think we are doing okay on Ekadashi. So, Gunatitanand Swami says that મોહબત મૂકવા ઉપર સર્વ નિવાસાનંદ સ્વામીની વાત કરી. There are factors, which we cannot get rid of, Sometimes we accept Swaminarayan religion because we know the magnanimity, we know the spirituality, we know their saints and their seva and all these niyams and other things. And that's how, we accept. But there are some people who are caring and loving the Swaminarayan satsang, So when they are joined with the satsang, then they will not give up, They will not quit what is the best in the satsang, So there was one Swami, Sarva Nivasanand Swami, that he had a higher attachment to Gopalanand Swami. Sarva Nivasanand Swami was a saint in Ahmedabad group, the Narnarayan Gadi. Gopalanand Swami was in Vadtal group, and in Baroda city he was there, as a very famous saint in that area, But Sarva Nivasanand Swami wanted to go and be in the company of Gopalanand Swami. Sarva Nivasanand Swami was also very famous, and very powerful in Ahmedabad group. So when people found out, when the Kothari found out that he is asking for a permission, chitti, to go to Vadtal and Vadodara, he has to write the chitti, But when he knows that this person is going for good maybe, or if he goes there, chances are he will not come back, then he will pull the another string, And he says that Acharyaji Maharaj has to give the permission, Then I can write the permission. He goes to the next higher level. So he says, okay, you work it out and then let me know. So now this Kothari goes to Acharyaji Maharaj. At that time it was, I think, Ayodhya Prasadji, still. Ayodhya Prasadji. So this Kothari is putting the words in the ear of Acharyaji Maharaj that this Sarvanivasa Swami, very powerful saint, and if you are letting him go, he will not come back. Please do something, whatever way you can stop him, do something, so that he does not go. So Acharyaji Maharaj, rather than being neutral and saying if he wants to go there, give him a chance. Just like if you have a bird in your hand, how do you know that that bird belongs to you or not? અમારા મોટી બહેને ત્યાં છે ને પેલું bird. If our Suju Ben takes that bird outside and on the hands, if she is letting that bird free, and if that bird is not as old as it is now, let's say it is very young, and if it flies, now how do you know that that bird was belonging to her or not? If it comes back. So let it free. If it is yours, it will come back. If it is not yours, it will not come back. That is the freedom the leaders should honor and give, right? But it's very challenging, Not everybody would want to do that also. So, this Acharyaji Maharaj now gives the bribery to Sarvanivasanand Swami. So, સર્વનિવાસાનંદ સ્વામીની વાત કરી. તેમને વડતાલમાં ગોપાળાનંદ સ્વામીનો સમાગમ કરવા આવવું હતું. તે તૈયાર થયા. તે વખતે અયોધ્યા પ્રસાદજી મહારાજે કહ્યું, ધી લીડર આચાર્ય, એમણે કહ્યું જે તમે માગો તેટલા પુસ્તક, ગાદી, તકિયા અને જોઈએ તેટલા સાધુ અને 20 જોડ ચરણારવિંદ આપું. તમે અહીં રહો. આજે તો ભાઈ આ શાકોત્સવમાં એટલી બધી ભીડ જવાની છે એવું લાગે. શાકોત્સવમાં ભાવ એટલો ઊંચો જવાનો છે, આટલો ભાવ. We are going to bid on every item, and whoever bids the highest, will get it. Today is the day in India and everywhere they are doing this, Yeah. Kusumben says 500 and 1,000 is the beginning price. So Acharyaji Ayodhya Prasadji Maharaj is telling to Sarvanivasanand Swami that you tell me how many books you want from the library and we will give it to you. You tell how many Gadi Takyas you want. You tell how many sadhus you want. And I will give you limited 20 pairs of Charnarvind, because they were very rare, Charnarvind were very rare, And to ask for Charnarvind, to have a Charnarvind is a big thing, at that time, After Swaminarayan Bhagwan's passing away, So, these are the offers that he offered, But you stay here in Ahmedabad. Then what was the answer of Sarvanivasanand Swami? Then Sarvanivasanand Swami says, I don't want anything among those items. All these offers that you have given me, I don't want anything. I want Gopalanand Swami. મારે ગોપાળાનંદ સ્વામી જોઈએ છે, આમાંનું મારે બીજું કાંઈ જોઈતું નથી. જો તમારી પાસે ગોપાલ સ્વામી હોય તો હું અહીં રહું. In Ahmedabad, if Gopalanand Swami is there, then I will stay in Ahmedabad. And Swaminarayan Bhagwan has told both Acharyas that Gopal Swami is the common leader for both Gadi, But Ahmedabad Acharya were so allergic and so negative towards Gopal Swami. They're saying that if he comes to Ahmedabad and if he talks about Vadtal, we lose our staff, And they go to Vadtal, So we don't want to invite him. Gopal Swami's goal was not Vadtal also, His goal was to be united with Swaminarayan Bhagavan, But this is the interpretation. Whenever Gopal Swami comes, the sadhus will go, the other devotees will go to Vadtal. So, they were not inviting. સો હી સે તમારી પાસે ગોપાલ સ્વામી હોય તો હું રહું. એમ એવા મોટા આચાર્ય તથા સાધુની મોહબત તોડીને ગોપાલ સ્વામીનો સમાગમ વડતાલ આવીને કર્યો. સર્વનિવાસાનંદ સ્વામી gave up the leadership's advice, Acharya's advice, and broke away the love and affection towards his sadhus, because he was leader and he had several sadhu under him. And he is giving up that to go and stay with Gopal Swami in Vadta. So, first statement, half of this Vat, was outside religion giving up theirs and come to Swaminarayan. And the second part, within Swaminarayan, giving up their own love and affection and go to the right place. So those are the two categories that Gunatitanand Swami has explained in this. It's a very nice talk. સરસ વાત છે. આપણે પણ બધા અંતરથી ખરેખર બ્રહ્મરૂપ થવા માટે મંડીએ ભાઈ. અને જ્યાં બી સરસ દેખાય એની સરસ આપણે સ્વીકાર કરીએ. વી ડોન્ટ વોન્ટ ટુ બી બાયસ એન્ડ સે ઓકે ભાઈ મારા નથી જોઈતું, મને નથી ગમતું. દેટ શુડ બી અવર ફ્રીડમ ઓફ ચોઇસ, રાઈટ? ચાલો ભાઈ, સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય જય જય. સો આજે એકાદશી, ટુડે ઇઝ અ વેરી